Have you ever noticed in your life, when interacting with other people, or just observing other people interacting amongst themselves, that sometimes the way people speak to each other is mind-boggling? It baffles you because you see the way that someone speaks to someone else, and they're not really speaking with them, they're almost speaking at them. And a lot of times it comes with this level of disgust or disdain or anger. I wouldn't go as far as to say hatred, but it definitely lacks love, kindness, and compassion. So why do these people, and it could be yourself, I know that I've been guilty of this, why don't we lead with love, kindness, and compassion in all situations, in all interactions in our life, whether it's with loved ones, whether it's with coworkers, or some stranger on the street that we never ever even met before until that moment. In my personal experience, when talking about my life in the past and how I acted and interacted with people, I chose to go down that negative route. I chose to tear people down or talk down to them at certain times instead of being positive, lifting them up, feeding them words of encouragement, empathizing, showing love, kindness, and compassion. Now, this wasn't an everyday occurrence, but it happened enough for me to become aware of it and to understand that I needed to make a change. Because that type of rhetoric, that type of lifestyle doesn't serve you. It didn't serve me, but I continued to do it. And that's interesting because at the core of every human being is love. We have this unconditional love within us, and we go against our true nature by being negative or speaking words of disgust or disdain towards somebody else. It just doesn't feel right, but yet we do it. We go against the grain when we really should focus on speaking words of love, speaking words of kindness, and speaking words of compassion. So the real question is, why? Why do we choose to do something that goes against our true nature? Why do we consciously choose to be negative towards somebody and talk down and try to break them down or tear them down? In my opinion, I feel like when you do something like that to somebody else, whether you know them or not, it's a reflection of your own self. You might not be as happy as you want to be or content with your life. So instead of still bringing love, kindness, and compassion and positivity to someone else's life, you're going to try to break them down, bring them down, knock them down a peg, whatever you want to call it, to kind of meet you at the level that you're at. Because it's true, misery loves company. So if you are suffering from any type of miseries or if you're miserable at the moment, you want company in that situation. You might not want somebody to be happy, joyous, and free, content with life, feeling good. Because in your own head, at least for me, it makes you feel like, wow, like I feel like crap right now. And it's kind of almost exacerbating the situation. It's putting a bigger spotlight on why, or wondering why you feel this way and how come you can't feel better. Why can't you feel and live a life like this person is? So these feelings of misery also come attached with feelings of possible jealousy and envy, when instead you should feel good for this person. You should give them words of encouragement and let them know that they're doing the right thing and living a great life. It has nothing to do with your life. You need to take care of your life and to become better in how you handle situations, so you can eventually have those feelings of happiness, those feelings of contentment, those feelings of being free and just loving life instead of being miserable. It's not about the other person. It's usually about yourself and how you feel inadequate possibly, and how you don't feel like you're good enough. So why not try to break that person down to try to make you feel better? It doesn't seem right. As humans, we should be helping each other, no matter if we know the person or not. We're all in this together. And the more we spew hatred, the more we judge others, the more we try to label and categorize people and create a us versus them mentality, the more dissonance we'll create, the more division we'll create. And that's not the way anybody should want to live in this world. We're in this together, everybody. No matter what other people might say, we need to understand that it's a team effort and we're all in it as one team, as one human race. So instead of trying to bring someone down a notch because you feel like they don't deserve to feel happy, they don't deserve to feel content with their life, let them know that they're doing the right thing. Let them know that they're an inspiration to you. And in your mind, you can really use them as a lighthouse, as a beacon of hope, of something to strive for, of someone that, not that you want to aspire to be like, but the qualities that they embody, that's what you want to embody within yourself. It'll be something that you can work towards and be motivated to get towards. So don't look at it as, oh, why is this person always so happy, blah, blah, blah. No. Change that attitude to gratitude and really, really look at it as a situation or as a moment of self-reflection where you can actually put in the work to grow and to evolve. And look at that person, and you don't have to tell them, but just think to yourself, like, I want to have what they have. I want to smile and really mean it. I want to really enjoy life and really mean it. That's what you should be doing. That's what your mindset should be. Get away from the negative. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve them. It's just pointless. Go with your true nature. Go with what we were all born with, and that's love, kindness, and compassion within all of us. That's our true nature. That's how you should approach every situation, whether it's with yourself, with others that you know, or complete strangers. Because, like I said, and I'll say it again, and I'll never stop believing this, we're all in it together. Making a conscious effort to enter a situation or an interaction with somebody with love, kindness, and compassion is not easy. Because as humans, we tend to judge. Sometimes we could have this snap judgment that we are incapable of stopping. It's really fast. It happens in an instant. But what separates us from going down a possible negative route or a positive route is if we actually act on that judgment. And we continue the thought process where we create a scenario or feel some type of way or have some type of feelings towards this person. But what we need to understand is we don't know the person's day that led up to the moment when we have an interaction with them. So there could have been an event, situations, things that occurred that really led up to the moment where you met them or had an interaction with them. And instead of making that snap judgment and instantly judging them for what they might have done or said or acted, maybe we can empathize with them. Maybe we can take a step back and not act on that judgment and try to empathize with them. Because maybe all they need is a shoulder to lean on, a hug, for you to lend them a few minutes so they can vent and just let it out and have a cathartic experience with just laying it out there. And that opportunity might be missed if we act on that snap judgment. If we think this person is who they are in that moment just because of what they might have done. When we don't know the whole story, we don't know the whole book, we haven't read what happened up into that moment. So it's not fair to make that judgment and act on it, because this person really might need some help. They just really might need a moment to be recognized, to be seen, to be comforted. And all those opportunities can be missed if we just choose to go along with that snap judgment. So we don't want to miss those opportunities, because you can change someone's life. You can save someone's life. You could allow them to restore faith in humanity, because they might just feel like, what's the point? So always try to be present in those moments, because you could save someone's life. You could change someone's life. That moment can be a deciding factor in somebody's life. And we don't want to miss that. So be mindful, be aware of how you approach these situations. And yes, like I said, those judgments, those snap judgments might pop into your head, but it's your choice. It's my choice. It's our choice, whether to act on them or take a step back and try to take in the whole situation. Like I said before, making those snap judgments is human nature. We all do it. I do it, or I've done it. I'm sure you've done it, and the people in your life have done it. But the main thing to be mindful of, to be conscious of, is what we do after those snap judgments. Do we take a step back and assess the whole situation and lead with love, kindness, and compassion? Or do we act on those snap judgments and create these feelings towards this person? So we have to be hyper aware, hyper focused, so to speak, in these situations that may arise on a day-to-day basis, and see how you react. It might not go always as planned, but you also might surprise yourself and realize that you handled the situation appropriately. But be in a constant state of reflection. Always try to look back and see what you might have done wrong and what you did right. And you can always build upon both those scenarios. They're both areas where you can see growth and then continue to evolve on your journey. But just maintain that sense of mindfulness, that sense of awareness of those situations, because they can creep up or pop up out of nowhere. And like I said, those snap judgments are human nature. They're gonna pop up as well. It's what we do after it that really counts and really matters and can really affect someone's life in a positive way or a negative way, and at the same time can have negative and positive effects on you. I think that just about does it for today. We are losing light. The sun is going to set very soon, and it's going to get dark, and it is cold, and it's getting colder. And it doesn't help that I'm not wearing any gloves, or I'm just not dressed appropriately for the situation. I really wanted to shoot this video, and I didn't realize how cold it was going to get, but I love doing this. not just for myself to hold myself accountable, but also for anybody that's listening, that hears something that resonates with them and can possibly help them. That truly, truly warms my heart. Doesn't warm my hands or my ankles or my ears right now, but seriously, it truly warms my heart. And I just want you to know that. And it's getting colder, so I should go. But like I always say, have an amazing day. Have a blessed day. Be grateful. Always be grateful for the moment. And smile. Doesn't cost a thing. And it holds great power. More power than sometimes we even know. I'll see you soon, everybody. Peace.